Alrighty, ladies and gents, exciting times. We've got our new IBC, and we've got some pipes and fittings. Our uni seals arrived the other day, so these are to suit 100mm pipe. I've got some Vaso for it, some pipe adhesive, end cap, and this time I'm going to add a stirrer in, so that end cap's going to have a uni seal in it and a bit of pipe to go in, and this will be my stirrer, which I'll have to assemble inside the tank with some great difficulty, I imagine. But there's some end caps on it to stop crud going in there. So once that's all in, I'll seal it up and glue it in place. I'm going to do a few practice cuts to make sure I don't mess up anything with these uni seals, and then I'll get back into it. Okay, trial run went really well. So the uni seal's in. This is just an old bit of IBC from a different project. For the 4-inch piping, you need 127mm hole saw, and I just bought this kit. It was cheaper than buying an individual hole saw by itself. So we're going to see where we need to make our other cuts. With my previous design, it was the Solar Cities IBC tank design, and there's a few things that could have been made better with it. And so with this design, I'm going to change it up. With my other one, the feed pipe was here, and it was a smaller pipe, which was not very great. And I had the outlets for the gas here and over there, and then the exit pipe coming out here. Now the problem with that is the water level comes up higher, and that can block the air valves, and just it creates a thick layer of gunk at the top. Like, you know, this much here could be gunk, all the solids and fats at the top. Now with my other blue barrel design, I've got the exit pipe coming from the side, so there's always going to be a gap here filled with the gas. So whilst I still might get a bit of foaming and a thick layer of muck, there'll always be a layer of free space. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put I think I might put it over here, my air release up the top here, and that's just going to be another uni seal with a bit of pipe and a thread cap with the barb fitting. So I'm always going to have space there. There's going to be no gunk, but if I need to, I can take it off and just double check. Now where I'm going to put the feed pipe, instead of mounted on the top, I'm going to do a side mount. So I've got this. This isn't actually it, but it's this is what I need to show you anyway. It's a male 90 degree. So I'm going to put a uni seal here, and that can be fed straight in without having any other pipe because it's a male fitting. Otherwise I'd need, like the female, I'd need you know, like this end, I'd need a bit of pipe inside. So I can just have it there and have another bit of pipe coming up to where I want the water level, and then I'll put a big funnel on there so I can don't have any spills. And then same for the exit pipe. I'll have it coming out the side, so I know where I want my water level. So like maybe, so down here I'll have a uni seal, but I'll have an elbow coming up and my T-piece to stop siphoning, and then run it along here and then drain down. So that outlet is going to judge where my water level is going to be. All right, I'm going to start doing some cuts and set up the camera, and we'll get into it. Now I'm not going to make this rocket science. There's a lot of variables that can happen, but yeah, end of the day, in, out, digest, good to rock and roll. I'm going to drill a hole here. Of course, PPE, don't have gloves, but that happens. Alright, so now that that's done, I will give it a bit of a sand the burrs around the edge just so the uni seal's going to have a better grip and everything. I feel those burrs on the inside as well, so I'll get them here. Going to feel a little bit more top. Now mind you, this is my first time dealing with uni seals. I'm hoping that it lives up to their reputation, their ability to hold water and plug the sides of tanks with so much pressure coming outwards, but it seems pretty good. So we will get the another uni seal. I'll just get a bit of a lube up. So I don't think it has to be bloody rocket science. Make sure it's clean. Pop, pop, pop. Feels like it's in there to me. Now, right behind the camera here, I've got my elbow. See, female, male. See, that's flanged. I chose to use a female here so I can slip it directly in there without using extra pipe. So I can undo that. Mind you, I will be gluing these in place just for the sake of just to get up and running, make sure everything's fine. I'll just slip it in just to make sure it works. So a bit of Vaso on the outside of this. Jeans are good for that. Now, second. That looks pretty good. So that'll be the feed in. With that, I'll have to, probably cut it about here, and then I can put a funnel on. I might just buy a reducer, 150 to 100 reducer, just so I've got the edge there, or I can just make one. No big deal. Alright, there's that one. I'll move the camera over to do the outlet pipe. So this is the side that I want, because I'm going to keep this in the shed, and the other side is going against the workbench there, because there's a power point there, so I want the heating element to be able to reach the power point. So we're going to have our output here, so we want it furthest away from the feed in, and we want it mid-level, because down here is going to be the sludge. This is going to be all your water, all the digested, and up here is going to be your oils and fats, and you'll just get a layer of thick stuff up here. So if we do it here, this will get all the fertiliser that we want, and then I can come out and then judge my water level from there. Now let's get stuck into this one. I want it about here. Ooh. So let me just judge that. Let me just get a uni seal, because it's beveled in. And I've got a sneaking suspicion that if I put that in, that might not be good enough. I don't know if you can see it, because there's bevels here from where the cage is, and the uni seal ends up going into these bevels a bit, so I might just rethink that one. I can have it coming out the back. Yeah. As much as I don't want to, but IBCs come in different shapes and sizes. I'm going to have it out the back and then run it across, run it out here, and then up, which is not a problem, but it's just different than what I had planned. So, planning as you go. So I'll just have a quick look and I'll come back. So I decided to do it in there. Whether it's against my better judgment or not, I don't know. But at the time, I didn't see it at the front either. The front's exactly the same and I've already done it. So in for a penny, in for a pound, eh? So I've cut it and I've sanded it. Just get this little bit off here. I'll just give it a bit of Vaseline. Just to make sure we're good. And it still feels like a tight seal anyway. Like I reckon it'll hold up. I reckon it'll hold up. Let's have faith. So we've got that. Got our other one. Same again, female fitting here, male fitting here. Just saves us a bit of pipe. Actually, I think it was cheaper to get this one here. I suppose that depends on your store or where you buy your parts. Okay, so got a vase up there just to push it in nicely. And we're in. Okie doke. So from here, I can probably come up a little bit with some pipe and then shoot it off to the front and then drain it into my bin or little water capsule or something that I've got there. Now what I'm saying with the water level is when I put this on here, when I get a bit of pipe here, it's this lip here where the water's going to come out. That will determine my height. See, I might go about there, so I just need some pipe about yay long, about 20 centimetres or so, and that'll leave me with a fair gap at the top, just to make sure I've got leeway for any thick sludge, and I can have my gas up there. So I'll measure up my pipe and put it in, and we'll go. Right, well, I've cut some pipes. So you can see there's just a bit of 100mm pipe in there, and this is my T-piece. So as I said, this creates the water level, this lip. This here stops the siphon effect. So I'll cut another pipe here and it'll drain off. I've got another, I think it's a 45-degree angle or something, just to give it that aesthetic look. This is now the feed in. That's higher than it needs to be. I might end up cutting that a bit more down, because when I'm feeding it, I'm going to have like a pot or a vessel to pour in. That's certainly a lot easier than the other one where I had to up and end over here just to feed into this one. Now, I got a bit carried away and did this as well. So this, of course, lid. This will have a pipe that will go about halfway down in, so it'll seal off any of the gas that's in here, because it'll be trapped around the pipe. Now, and that will have another pipe in there, and that will be where I put my heating element and my stirring stick. So as I said, I'll assemble that inside there, so it'll fit, because I can't fit that in that little bloody hole. So I think I might assemble that one now and get it all glued up, just so it's ready for when I transfer my liquid. All the bio.digester stuff that's in the greenhouse has to come into this one, and then that way I can move that one into here. So this will be shoved to the side over there, and then I might get the little blue one in here, and then the other one sitting in this corner. So let me cut some more pipe and get this all glued up, and we'll come back. Alright, so all these will come apart. I'll take the big lot off, and that one I've already glued, that's good. So I'm just using PVC blue, and then I can straight up in there, give it a good amount of that. There. A bit more on there. Shouldn't need too much anyway. Holds pretty well. But still needs this end cap. So letting it drying, yeah, purpose of that, so I can, I can feed it in like this and then turn it and put the little length on it. But for the purpose of mixing, it's got a good length to it that'll reach almost every bit of where I'm going to put in the food. So that's something I didn't have in the other design. I'm hoping it should work well, because I know there's a bit of sludge stuff stuck on the bottom, and I've got the heating element in there, and it actually creates a bit of a heat pocket of where the element is, and this will distribute it around. So not only distribute the food a bit more evenly, the digestate, to distribute the heat in there as well. So I've just glued the inside of this. Now this is where I'm going to get a little bit tricky, I think, because I've got to glue this in there. So I've got to have this go in, and then my roof is on. This get in there. Come on, tight. Make sure I got that bastard right in there. Right, so let's just give it a thump. Good. So now, when this is all on, I can slip pipe back in there, and then I can just manually give it a stir. Good. I love it when a plan works out. Right, so everything's trial and error. So one thing I didn't account for was when I put this overflow in, it's a bit heavy. So it wanted to pull away from the uniseal. So simple, easy fix. Just tighten it. Easy fix. So there's not much left to do. I'm just going to put this in. So just again, grab the Vaso, there's the uniseal at the top here. As you can see, I'll put the lid on. Perfect. Let's go off. See, that's not all the way down. It's a good portion down. What I'll do, if I need to, I can lift it up. Something about it. These uniseals instead of bulkheads, so I can just adjust it easily. But that's good. So what we need to do now is put a gas outlet in. I'm thinking up the front somewhere. Maybe right here. So for that, I have somewhere in my possession this here. So once again, like a female, a male one, so it's not flared, doesn't need extra pipe. I can just whack a uniseal in there and plug it straight in. And I've got a screw top lid, it's got a rubber ring. I'll just drill a hole for a barb fitting, throw it straight in and just seal it. So I'm going to try and do that. So I've drilled the hole for the gas outlet. Vasoed it up again. It's in there, feels nice and tight. I should probably give that a bit of a Vaso job. Let's go around the inside of this a little bit more. And as I said, because this is a male, it's already There we go. Look at that. So an extra pipe, like I said, the sludge should stay away. There's a bit of a lip at the bottom. Maybe I could bring that up just a bit more so there's not too much, so they don't have too much gas pressure building up in there. Let's see, just a little bitty. Okay, so there's probably 5 mil under the uni seal there, which is not too bad. I reckon that should be enough. That, and then my barb fitting will be out there, and then the hoses and stuff, so I can stack my scrubbers and whatnot. And because this is in the shed, there's no direct sunlight. I don't need to paint it. That's fine. So as I said, there's that. There's that. Just wonder if you can see that. There's still a bit of leaves and crud in there, but guess what? That's organic, so that'll be digested. Let's see if I can just hold this steady while I do this. See? Look at that. Simple, but it works. And it'll turn everything. Good. Now, every sensible bone in my body is telling me to put water in it first to see if it will actually hold water with these uni seals at the side. I've never tried them before, and there's, they slip and slide a little bit easy now. I think more than I'd like to care for. Like that top one of the lid, that was tight, that was hard to get in. And those side ones, these are not as tight. So I might drag it up to the water tanks top near the house and fill it up with water, and hopefully she's a goer. So I'll get that and I'll keep you posted about that. As you can see, I've got it at the top here and filling up with water currently. The water level is above this first uni seal and it's looking good. No water coming out anywhere. So just keep going. And, just about to get the second uni seal there. So yeah, filling up. It's like that is just the right length because I didn't measure it. These are just offcuts for the stirrer. But yeah, it just misses that. So if that's good, hopefully that should be enough anyway to mix all the food around. So I'll keep filling it up, see if it's got leaks. If not, then I'll empty it back out and drag it back down to the shed. So it's up at that level. This one has no water dripping anywhere from it. That's good. This one here, it's water dripping up here, but that's because it hasn't been glued yet. So there's the water's dripping from up there, but there is a tiny bit of water coming from around here. That's not because of this. So what I think I'll do is I'll whack a bit of silicone in behind that and then push it back in once this is all empty and back in the shed. Other than that, I don't foresee a problem. Once that's glued in, that won't leak, so that's fine. And another thing I'd mention is if I don't like the water level on here, if it's too low, I can actually tilt this back so it's up at an angle. So I can actually raise the water level as I like, or I can just turn this up the other end to increase the height. But we'll get it back in the shed and glued up and finished, and then we'll check back in. Well, I've got some trusty, handy dandy, just kitchen bathroom silicone. So it should be good for water. So I'm just going to take this out, make sure I've got it all clean around here. I think we're just going to around the ring here, just so I can get it sealed just a tad better. sure I don't need overly much. But let's just go around the edge. There's a bit there I can get off. Press that in. I've got some coming out the side, so I'll just run my finger around it. Just you can't see what I'm doing, but just getting the excess and just running my finger around it, just so I can seal off anything that comes out the sides, hopefully. So that's that one done. I'm going to do it with the rest, just to reinforce the fact that I want water to stay in there and not come out the bloody sides. So I'll get onto that. I just went out and bought this 150ml to 100ml reducer. It's like this my funnel. It's decent size. I might be able to keep it in there instead of spilling it on the ground. This was bloody $20 by itself, but that's okay. All these parts and stuff, the other digester paid for it. All the fertiliser that came out of it, I've been putting it into bottles and then selling it off to people for a couple of bucks a litre. And it's concentrate, so it dilutes down anyway, so they get a bit of use out of it. But all in all, that should be finished. The next step is to fill it, which I'm not overly looking forward to because it's going to smell. I'm going to use the digestate that's in the other digester and pour it in. So I'll just pour it in there and fill it up, and hopefully the bacteria survives. Because I can gather it's going to be a bit aerated once I pour it in and a bit foamy. But I'll try and get rid of the sludge that's in the other tank. So the other tank, of course, has got the bulkheads and whatnot, but I've got extra uni seals in that box there. But I'm going to take out the bulkheads and re-drill these and then put uni seals in. And that is also a top overflow, but I'm going to change it to a bottom overflow like this, so I can keep the water level down, because I've noticed in my access tube, this one, it's smaller, if you've seen the videos, there's actually crud coming all the way up and nearly overflowing the top. So I don't want that, and doing this design will stop that. So yeah, thanks for watching this one. I'll do another one of when it's filled, and I'll give you a look at the sludge and stuff that's in the other tank and the bottom of it, and all the yuck that comes out of it. But thanks for watching. Stay posted.